the time
pincher.
In Miss Full's classroom,
Cindy
gave an
oral report.
So
Mr. Marconi
invented the radio in 1870, said Cindy. Jimmy raised his hand and said, but Thomas Edison didn't harness electricity 12 years later. Maybe
Marconi's
radio didn't run on
electricity.
Cindy said. Right, I forgot about the radio powered by mud, Jimmy replied, saying Thomas Edison's name. All the time doesn't prove you right, Cindy yelled. Jimmy asked Miss Full if he could be excused and zipped home on his backpack. I will give her the proof, he muttered. I know time travel is risky, boy, Jimmy told his dog. God don't. But I will just prove my point and send him right back in. Initiate the time pinch, commanded Jimmy.
A green glow filled
the booth. Suddenly a strange man appeared. It's Thomas Edison, Jimmy gasped. That's right, Shorty, said the man. Now what's going on? Jimmy explained everything as he drove Edison back to school in his hover car. Whip diddly do, said Edison. This hover car is the place a piece of work. Thanks, Jimmy,
said Jimmy.
Thanks, said Jimmy.
Jimmy burst
into his classroom. Jimmy exclaimed Miss Flo. Ladies and gentlemen, Jimmy shouted, I give you the world's greatest inventor, Thomas Edison. Edison faced Cindy. So you are Cindy? Well, the radio wasn't invented until 1893. It couldn't have happened without my electricity, he said. Thanks, Mr. Edison, said Jimmy. As the bell rang, now you probably have a million questions from me. Jimmy, maybe your friend would like to see the town, Miss Flo said. Interrupting. I accept, Edison said, but I have to send you back, Jimmy called after him as they hurried out the door.
An hour later,
at the candy bar, Jimmy called the seam.
Found
Miss Flo and Thomas Edison. Come with us to Rachel Land. Jimmy
said the car.
Jimmy shook his head. I have to wait for them, he said. Hey, the music stopped. Look. Jukebox is gone, Sean said. This is terrible, said Jimmy. I have let Edison stay here too long. Everything electric is disappearing. Then Jimmy noticed Miss Flo and Thomas Edison were gone outside. He saw them in a line skating. Mr. Edison, Jimmy called, I have got to send you back or everything electric will disappear. I am not going back, Edison said as Miss Flo grabbed his hand. He's about to get a face full of Jimmy. Neutral. Jimmy yelled. Back at the lab, Jimmy strapped a
Solar
solar on
battery. A solar battery
battery
on Goddard.
So he wouldn't disappear then he read the list on guard dog video screen. That's it, boy, Jimmy cried.
That's it.
That's it, boy, Jimmy cried. If I can't break them
up.
Break them up. Edison will not want to stay, and I know who can help me. Jimmy asked his parents about love. When I first met your father, he looked like Prince. Charming. In his shoe salesman uniform, his mom said dreamily.
And you were Cinderella
in
search of a slipper for your plump little footses.
His father told his mom, "My feet aren't plump." His mom yelled. Jimmy murmured. That gave him an idea.
At Rachel Land,
Carl and Sheen rode the new bat out
of hack
ride. This is wild, Carl screamed. Suddenly their car stopped. They were stranded upside down. My blood is going to my heart, cried Carl. Mine too, Sheen told Cool.
Sheen said,
Cool.
Back at his lab,
Jimmy spoke into a walkie-talkie. His voice sounded just like Thomas Edison. Guard dog barked. It's just me, boy, Jimmy said. See, I put a voice transformer inside, he said, explaining. This is going to help me break up Edison and Miss Flo. He tossed the other walkie-talkie to Guard Dog and told him the plan.
At the park.
At the park while Jimmy hid in the tree.
In a tree.
Thomas Edison read Miss Flo a poem. Roses are red. Violet are blue. Came Edison's voice. Miss Flo's
armpit
stink like a heap of skunks. Miss Flo leaped to her feet. How dare you? She cried. Wait a moment, said
a
minute, said Edison.
I didn't say that.
Then Jimmy lost
his
balance and dropped the walkie-talkie.
Dropped his
walkie-talkie. You made me say those things, Edison said, as he caught it. I had to break you up, so you'd want to go back, Jimmy cried. My
pits
do not stink, Miss Flo asked.
My pits do not stink? Because it's a question mark here, so you need to raise your voice a little bit. What did you do? My pits do not stink?
Miss Flo asked. They are perfect. Want to get married, said
这个是个 question mark， 所以你这个 voice 要
There
raise.
are
Ask the Edison.
perfect want to get married, asked Edison. Oh, Tom, I'm not the marrying kind, Miss Flo said sadly. Well, Jimmy, I guess I have to go home, Edison said. How did you build
that
doohickey anyway? It's nothing.
It was
nothing, Jimmy said. Shyly. Thomas Edison grinned. Yeah, he is a smart kid.